Hey guys, we're going to be talking about the summoner archetype for this video, Arknights archetype video. And browsing grid, we're going to see Deep Color, Mayor, and Magellan are going to be our summoners that we're going to talk about. They may be only 3 units, but there's a lot to talk about. As you can see in there in the summoner archetype, and generally, summoner and specialist archetype are going to be the 2 archetypes in which most niche units come from, so that already shows you that they're kind of niche. But we have a whole document, and sure, this might be a lot of words. I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible for you guys, alright? So, summoners. Summoners are very misunderstood in the community of Arknights. There are lots of different things going around. I'll try to satisfy them. Outscaling is not a strategy, first of all. Is one thing. Some people say that you need an E290 Magellan to do anything, right? No, outscaling is not a strategy. You have to compare equal levels and know what summoners are made for and do that for that certain stage whenever they are useful. So summoners, they are more what I like to call an off niche unit, which is when they do a role, but then they do something else in addition to it. So they aren't going to be the best at the one thing, but they do that plus something else, so that they can do clear a stage pretty much. Clear a stage, that's what the most units are used for, right? Depending on your opinion of building units, this could be useful because if you just want to build units that do their thing, then this isn't going to be a thing you should be doing. And to be honest, you should not be building any supporter then. You shouldn't be building a supporter because all of these units are pretty much just units that like do some damage, range damage, arch damage, but they slow as well, you know. So just use your Age of Yala over Angelina, you. Whatever. Anyways, and yeah. Summoners in general, they have 8 things we're gonna talk about. They do arch damage innately, not high arch damage. They do summon units in battle. Deep Color summons tentacles, Mayor summons otters, and Magellan summons drones. The stats aren't really a big deal. What matters is their range and the fact that they do arch damage, in addition to their summon stats, right? And this is going to be the controversial part. Summons take DP and have a cooldown, and they take up deployment limit. People really hate this because it makes it so that you can't fit them in every single team, which you can, but whatever. I didn't add it here. What the hell? I'm pretty sure I. Okay. Oh yes, I did. Use summons in battle more units. Pretty much, if you have 11 units, 11 operators, and then you add a summoner, you just added a summoner plus the summon, so you technically do have more units. Which is why, even if they take up the deployment limit, the fact that you have a unit in the back, you can use them as like bullet sponges, kind of, sort of, for Mayor and Deep Color at least. Um, they can't be substitutes. As I said, they're off archetypes, so each one is unique, not just an upgrade with rarity. So Deep Color, going into it right now. Deep Color, I would say that she is an off archetype, and it depends on which skill you're going to be using. The skills that they have, Deep Color, first increase attack and defense and HP increase, which survivability pretty much, and this one survivability of all your units, including your tentacles, and increasingly attack range via physical evasion. So pretty much this is S1, she becomes something like a heli duelist, and S2 focus on buffing extra units. And I'm not gonna read any of this, but because that's too long. To sum it up, you can use the tentacles, right? Drop it down, cast a skill. That's a heli drop right there. Use it as a heli drop, and they have good survivability since they heal, and they do more attack and defense. That's really good. You can heli drop them that way. S2 is more of a support for your whole team. Give them physical evasion plus more range, which increases the range that you can get the physical evasion. In addition to the range that you can fire your arch damage, which might not be much but is something, and it buffs your tentacles. But the tentacles are going to be weaker than the S1. With the S1, the tentacles are only good with the skill, but you use it whenever the skill is active. And then for S2, you can use that anytime, even if you don't have many summons up. It's pretty much when you want to use your tentacles to protect your main line instead of using them as a heli dropper. Second summoner is going to be Mayor. Mayor. She summons in otters. What she has is she inflicts attack speed minus 25 to enemies blocking. When the otter has one block, whatever enemy it blocks, it gains that attack speed, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's not whenever they attack. I'm pretty sure it's when they're blocking. And confusing device, it is actually some type of support. Let's read it right here. So I would say her off-archetype is faster deploy summons, and it if you know the faster deploy units, not waifu, but red and gravel. I would say S1 is more gravel and S2 is more red and gravel, in which uh, this one it gives them physical and evasion and magic evasion, and with the attack speed minus, it makes it so that these otters are tankier base, not counting S1 then deep color, comparing them. And it gives physical and magical evasion so they can dodge, more survivability. It is kind of RNG based, but that's the thing. And it gives it to allies so they can actually be used as support too. And for and that makes it more gravel because they have more survivability. S2 is going to be the main one you want to use. It's sort of like a gravel and a red, as they are a little bit less tanky since they don't have the S1, but they have the S2, which makes it so that whenever you deploy them, you can explode all of them for, if you have max, 600% magical damage to nearby enemies in this range for 2 seconds, and stun them for 2 seconds. And it retrieves them so you can use them again. But another thing about summoners, their summons cannot be retrieved until the end. Not until the end, until they're redeployed or via a skill, which Mayor has a skill now. So pretty much that uses it as a Project Red where you can stun enemies and you can pick where to go. Now it does have a 30 SP cost, which is longer than faster redeploy Red, but you can do multiple of them at the same time and kind of like control the battlefield with them. This is one reason why people like using Mayor with no other units, because Mayor can do her own thing, as you can have a bunch of otters and explode all of them. Then there's Magellan. She's a little special. Let's check our time real quick. Alright, we're gonna get it on time. Alright, guys. Magellan. I call her Magellan. Don't at me. She is special because her drones have 0 block. They aren't range units, but they have 0 block, and they're pretty much function like a range units, I would say. So pretty much, I'm gonna have to remember the range of these. Oh shoot. She is what I like to call. She actually have a main archetype in addition to an off archetype. So her main archetype is the fact that this skill is the best CC in the game that isn't stun. Like, it's not stun, it's the best bind in the game. Bind makes it so that they can't move, but ranged units can still attack. Thing is, physical units can't attack unless they block a unit. But pretty much passively, the drone in the 8 tiles around them will slow all enemies, and active, it will bind them whenever you cast the skill. So passively, everything there. In Magellan's, I want to call it Magellan, but they keep calling it Magellan. Magellan's range and the 8 tiles around and the drones slow the enemies. When active, it binds. Pretty much that's going to be the thing. It's like passively they do something, then actively they enhance the effect. That's their thing. So this one is the best CC in the game for slowing and binding. Not the best for stunning, because since it doesn't stun. For S2 and S3, pretty much S2 is single target magic attacks, when skill active, splash attacks, which is AoE, plus more attack speed. S3 is going to be physical, and it's going to be attack and increases the range of the splash area. Thing is, S2 is only on melee tiles, and it's a tile that is on, while S3 is like the range of a anti-air sniper. And so, her damage, how is it? If she does this physical and arch damage, she must do damage. I'm going to say, she's going to do less arch damage than a Jaffiala and less physical damage than Meteorite, right? Now you might be asking, what makes her special? That's why I said that S2 and S3 are more off archetype, while S1 is on archetype, in which S2 and S3, the reason why these are good is because of her passive, which at E1 is 12 seconds, at E2 is 20 seconds, at potential is 14 and 22. What it does is make it so that they have invisibility, which, if you don't know, 0 block and can't be targeted by range attack, makes them pretty much virtually invincible. Makes it so that the drones are invincible for 20 seconds. So you can do safe damage from range with Magellan, is what I'm trying to say. Safe damage and safe CC. That's what I'm going to dub Magellan as, right? I don't even know if I call her Magellan or Magellan. It kind of just depends on my personality, right? How I'm feeling. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to the summoner archetype. So you have 3 different summoners that do different things, and all of them do some type of archetype offs. Like, she's not going to be better, like, Deep Color's not going to be better than a Scotty. She does have multiple things that she can put down in addition to that, in addition to the support. Mayor's not going to be better than Gravel for tanking. She can still tank with multiple units, in addition to she can still explode high arts damage with stun. And then Magellan, her S1 might be really good for CC, but in addition, she has the invisibility, virtual invincibility on all of her drones so that they can stay alive and operate at range. So you can put them near the enemy base and they can just be like boom, boom, boom for 20 seconds, do damage. They can't do anything. And does preemptive damage, really good setup in general. Yeah, that's going to be Magellan. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. I tried to make this one more, condensed and less rambly. But yeah, it's going to be the end of this episode. Leave a like, subscribe if you like this video. This is going to be me logging out.